I feel like this is teaching us how to do a heist. What is this? I don't know, I hope that was a soft landing.
This is Sportscentre.
Hey, I'm Marissa coming to you on location from F1 The Exhibition in Toronto. Just happy to be here. I don't know if you've noticed, but we're in my favorite room, the one with all the helmets. Well, we're going to start with golf because we woke up to a weird story today out of the PGA Championship. Scottie Scheffler was detained by police this morning and taken away in handcuffs. This happened as Scheffler was trying to enter Valhalla Golf Club, and there was an apparent traffic miscommunication with police. ESPN reporter Jeff Darlington was present when this was happening and said as soon as Scheffler exited his vehicle, was shoved against the car and placed immediately in handcuffs. We even got a Scottie mugshot out of the whole thing. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, you guys, this goes hard. And I feel like we should all aim to at least have one mugshot in our lives, no? Now, Scottie was supposed to tee off at 10:08 this morning, but that was obviously put in doubt by the incident. Since we're in a safe F1 environment, I just want to say it was just an incident.
What's happened with Max?
Nothing, just an incident.
Scottie was released pretty quickly though, and then released the following statement. This morning I was proceeding as directed by police officers. It was a very chaotic situation, understandably so considering the tragic accident that had occurred earlier, and there was a big misunderstanding of what I thought I was being asked to do. I never intended to disregard any of the instructions. I'm hopeful to put this to the side and focus on golf today. Of course, all of us involved in the tournament express our deepest sympathies to the family of the man who passed away in the earlier accident this morning. It truly puts everything in perspective. This is a massive tournament, so the fact that Scottie was able to remove himself from that situation, which I'm sure was very dramatic, and just calm himself, put out the statement, and get ready for golf, I feel like speaks to his character. And Scottie was still able to make his 10:08 tee time. And he even birdied his first hole, which I feel like is perfectly encapsulated, well, at least the feeling of it is, in this gift. And you can watch round 3 of the PGA Championship tomorrow on TSN. Coverage begins at 8 Eastern. Here's something I did not think I'd say. The Vancouver Canucks are one win away from the conference final. Last night, JT Miller scored the winner late in the third, like really late in the third, giving the Canucks a 3-2 series lead as this thing heads back to Edmonton. The Oilers have been stunned in many ways so far this series, and there are a lot of things you could point to explain why they're in this position. For starters, they just aren't getting the production from some of their best players, including Connor McDavid. In 5 games, he has just 1 goal and 6 points. And outside of Leon Draisaitl, no Oilers forward has more than 2 goals this series. Zach Hyman is part of that depth. He scored twice in Game 1, but has been held off the score sheet completely in the last 3 games. In Game 5, another area of shortcoming for Edmonton was the power play, which wasn't the case all playoffs. They went 0 for 5 after being 5 for 10 in the first 4 games of the series. Now we hear Canucks fans screaming at us to talk about their team, because they have a lot to do with this result. And it starts in net. Sheloff is 8th among all playoff goalies in goals saved above expected, which is kind of crazy for a 6th round pick from 2019. It's the playoffs, you're not supposed to be able to do that so young. You also have to applaud the Canucks' depth in this series. 6 players have scored 2 or more times, including Connor Garland, Dakota Joshua, Nikita Zadorov, and Elias Lindholm. But by all accounts, it's been a pretty even series. And there's a real feeling in the air that this one is going to 7, which honestly, we'd all love to see. Well, I mean, I guess except for Canucks fans, but it's for the drama. I genuinely believe and have believed this entire time this whole series has been going to 7. It's just too good not to go to 7. Now joined by our gambling guy, Wes Cheng. Great to see you, Wes.
Hey, great to see you, Marissa.
Okay, Wes, Game 6 between the Knicks and Pacers goes down tonight. And Jalen Brunson has taken over these playoffs. He's got 5 40-point games. First player since LeBron in 2018 to do that. Is he not the perfect player to be the face of this Knicks team?
Look, I grew up in the 90s, you know, we're done with the 90s, but Patrick Ewing and the New York Knicks, that was an era. And then for anybody who watched basketball from that point on, the Knicks have been pretty trash ever since, all right? So even with the Carmelo era, like shout out to them, Jalen Brunson, I just think he embodies everything that a New York fan is all about, regardless of basketball, any sport. You know, he's tough, hard-nosed, kind of undersized, which kind of represents the common man. Yeah, I think New York's got a good one, and they got a really good team for the years to come.
Okay, so you just gushed about your love for Brunson. Is he involved in your best bet tonight?
Yeah, look, I'm going to include him here as part of a 2-leg parlay, so I'm going to have him to get 6 dimes. I don't know if he gets exactly to the line that he's up on FanDuel, but I think Indy's going to try to force the ball out of his hand, even though that might not even be enough. I love the move to have Deuce McBride in the starting lineup, replacing Precious Achiuwa. He's going to be giving him a different look. I think he's going to be willing and able to fire from deep. I need him to get 2+3s here. That bet gets you right around even money.
Wes Cheng, a pleasure as always.
Hey, thanks for having me.
And you can watch Game 6 between the Knicks and Pacers tonight on TSN. Coverage begins at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. Crave's smash hit original series Shoresy returns for a 6-episode 3rd season on Friday, May 24th with 2 episodes. and following the premiere, a new episode drops every Friday. I feel like any hockey fan already knows the show, but if you haven't yet, you need to catch up. Watch season 1 and 2 so you can jump into this one. I had a chance to sit down with one of the stars of the show, Terry Ryan. And let me tell you, this was a wild interview, and those make for the best ones. Now joined by former Montreal Canadian and current star of the hit Crave show, Shoresy, Terry Ryan. Good to see you.
It's awesome to be here. Thanks for having me.
Well, we're happy to have you because, we like hockey around here. So that means we also love Shoresy. So can you give us a little taste of what we're getting in season 3?
Yeah, it's without giving too much away. The production team, the crew, all of us together. I'm really, I act, I do what I'm told, but I'm part of it, I suppose. We push the envelope here a little bit more. There's a lot of more depth to the situation, to Shoresy, to our team, as you'd expect. But the show really grows a lot. I watched it yesterday in its entirety, getting ready for this press junket, and honestly, I was very, very moved. I thought it was the best season by far. If you like it so far, you're going to love this. Yeah, I mean that honestly. Yeah.
You were in here with the boys. You told an outrageous story that I think is still our most viewed TikTok, or one of our most viewed TikToks. You told a story about losing your virginity, about hot sauce.
Second game, I grabbed hot sauce from the table. I'm not before the game. Washed my hands in the hot sauce. Oh my God. Put them in the gloves. And I chipped my side of my helmet. And when he punches me, he's going to rip the out of his knuckles. So anyway, I take a at the start of the fight, obviously, because he's hitting my helmet, which is, a weapon at this point. And I see the blood, though, coming down him, and that's when I rub my thumbs in his eyes. He does this. He's about 6'4", 230. Pulled him, kicked the living piss out of him, went off like this. The place is sold out. We go out after to a place called the 4x, and I lose my virginity. And then, yep.
What a night!
We win.
What a night!
I know that was probably one of your better stories, but do you have a second best story that you could possibly share?
Maybe losing that. I could talk about that, but it's a long one. It's a long one. I did knock him out of my head with a sledgehammer, though. That's how I lost them. I chipped my teeth. And there's a lot to this story, so I won't go right back to the beginning. But I chipped my teeth. I was playing in Boise, Idaho. When I got to the rink at the beginning of the year to start the season, I said, well, now I can finally get my teeth fixed, that I'm signed. And one of the trainers said, well, no, it's not the way it works. You've already told us you did it in the summer. So I said, well, what if I lose them worse than this? You're going to have to replace them nicely. You're not going to put... I kind of look like Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber. And, oh, yeah, that happened. And, well, I might as well tell it with the tooth out. So what happened was the guys came over. I said, give me 3 weeks. I'm not going to make it obvious. I'm going to smash them out myself and say I did it on the ice. And it's such a long, crazy story, but that's what happened that night. Anyway, lo and behold, we had a bit of a team party. I don't think anybody really expected it, but there was money on the line in the dressing room. I said, I don't want to disappoint these guys. And it's, $10,000 in the end. Yeah. So I knocked them out with a sledgehammer. The first one I missed. You see, I kind of let up a little bit. You see this?
Yes.
I didn't miss, but the sledgehammer was so heavy that I got right here and I changed my mind. It's like 6 beers into, boom, and all of a sudden it was just like blood going everywhere. So the next one, I finished the job. I got to the rink early, and Bobby Stewart shot one up by my ears. We just went on the ice, mimicking practice before anybody got there, and that's it. I'm almost, as I say it, I'm almost ashamed, but not quite.
No.
I had to wait 10. My book was coming out, Tales of a First Round Nothing, and it was 9.5 years since that happened, and my lawyer said, you know what, maybe you should wait another 6 months because the statute of limitations will allow you to tell this story without being sued. And here you go. And that was the quickest I've ever told that story, by the way.
Okay, we're honored to hear it. I mean, I feel like it's one for the record books. Listen, Shoresy Season 3 comes out 2 episodes on our favorite weekend of the year, May 4, okay? 2 episodes then, and then 1 episode every Friday following that. I'm so looking forward to watching this season and just seeing you shine, bro.
Thank you. I really appreciate you having me here today.
Can we call insurance? I'm sure you can tell by my reaction, was not expecting him to have his teeth just fly out of his mouth clear across the room. The accuracy. Now Now this is just mean. Time now for my favorite segment and yours, Why We Love Sports Today.
Why we love sports today.
And let's watch this pranked one more time. Wait, was he supposed to move that? Why did he do that? I would have also been pranked not realizing that it was backwards. You think we're done with pranks? Not a chance. We love pranks around here. Check out this old guy racing his buddy.
Now that's pretty good.
Oh my god, him running with the suspenders is the best part of this. And his buddy's like, now that's pretty good. Oh, look who it is.
Marissa, what are you doing here?
Fancy meeting you in a place like this. Okay, whatever, Timothy, get back here.
Okay, come on.
Okay, first of all, Tim Rainey is gracing us with his presence today after hot yoga. So thank you, Tim. How do you feel?
Hot and sweaty. Still.
But I feel like you're officially warmed up. So you are a former race car driver. I host a sports show on the internet, but that does not mean that you and I would not have similar reflexes when it comes to any kind of sport, especially driving, right? Okay, so anyway, we're gonna test that out right now at F1 at the exhibition in Toronto, shall we?
Let's do it.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, Timothy, you're up first. Here we go.
Can I be faster than an F1 driver? Let's find out. Let me go again.
No way, one and done, baby. I don't care, I'm going with your first one anyway.
You can go twice. You can go twice.
Oh! Oh my god, that's so much better. Okay.
Let's see how fast Marissa is. She might beat me. She plays a lot of video games, which I respect, by the way. A lot of focus right now. Just watch the lights. Oh, 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 oh! So here we go. Marissa's going again. Trying to beat my time of 2:66. Will she do it? Oh! Oh! Still a really solid time.
Okay, so anyway, I was better than you at that.
What? No, you weren't. Not even on the second attempt. Okay, on the first attempt you were better than me, but on the second attempt it was a different story.
F1 is heading now to Italia. You know I love that. But Lando Norris just won in Miami, shocking the F1 world. Is there a sense among the drivers that Max and Red Bull aren't as invincible as they were in previous years?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I think like upgrades that Ferrari are bringing for this weekend's race. I mean, as we're taping this, free practice one's already happened and Ferrari looks really strong. So you should be happy about that, first of all, Marissa, because it's really good for Ferrari, okay, let me tell you. But I think it's showing that, like we had talked about on the show, at the beginning of the season, it's going to be more of like a development war. And so teams who are bringing upgrades or updates to the cars are going to start clawing back performance. And so now what we're probably going to see this weekend is Ferrari possibly putting a lot of pressure on Max Verstappen and Red Bull Racing for the actual win of the race.
All right, so all things said, Max is still the heavy favorite going into this weekend. Do you think he'll take this one?
That's a great question. It's a tough one to answer, Marissa, but I'm going to say no. And I'm going to say Charles Leclerc comes away with the win just because of how competitive Ferrari looks.
Okay, for my paisano there, this is very exciting news. Tim Rainey, a pleasure as always, although prepare to be sick of me, because I'm going to be following you around.
Wait, I can't be sick of you, Marissa. There's just no possible way.
It's possible. Don't challenge me, man. I will see you in Montreal.
Cool, see ya.
F1 The Exhibition Toronto is now open at the Lighthouse Art Space in Toronto and will run for a limited time. Get your tickets now at f1exhibition.ca and just come take a look around. This place is incredible. The countdown is on as we are just 22 days away from Mr. 305, Mr. International, Mr. Worldwide, Pitbull in Montreal on race weekend. Saturday, June 8th, the day before the Canadian Grand Prix, Pitbull will headline the podium concert presented by Google Pixel, featuring top DJs, tons of interactive activities, and more. And I'll tell you one thing, if he doesn't play Fireball, we're all gonna riot. It all takes place at Parc Jean Drapeau, just steps away from Circuit de Villeneuve. Don't miss out and get your tickets at eventcode.ca. Hey Tim, you going to Pitbull or what? Oh, you gave me the thumbs up, the 2 thumbs up. Whoa. That's it for me today from F1 The Exhibition, downtown Toronto. You gotta come and check this baby out. Have a good weekend.